Hello world! Way of Time here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. Now I was going through the mine and was recording a lot of the mineshaft stuff, but I realized that there wasn't really anything left in there to record. So I decided to come back to my power plant and see how everything was going. I looked at some of the comments of my videos, and they said that the problem with my engines were twofold. One of them is that I needed to use red wire or repeaters to connect them all, and two, and I did not know this, is that all of the engines need to cool down before they can be reactivated. Which I didn't know. I just kept on trying to start them up right off the bat, and that was not working. So now if I throw the switch, they should work, and I changed the water system slightly so that these engines will not run. So the water should be divided into these four engines. Now as you can see, there's a nice healthy blue laser to steadily work and make some more iron ore gates, which I'll probably use for another creation. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm gonna create one or two alchemical items of power, so that I'll be able to continue my adventure. But I think for the remainder of this series, as I work, I think it's going to be mainly building contraptions with Buildcraft and Red Power, seeing as I don't think many of you want to just watch me mine and dig up gold. I don't think that'll quite be entertaining to you guys, but what do I know? Maybe you love to see a gold digger at work, eh? No? Oh well. So, I think I'm going to start building two main systems with mainly red power this time, and all of its different logic gates. What I'm going to try to do is make some sort of high-tech sorting facility that'll sort all of my items into different chests. This will make it a little easier, and I'll be able to find a lot more stuff instead of going to one of my condensers and going, I need some more diamond blocks, here we go. Because frankly, it's annoying for me, it's probably annoying for you, and it's annoying for everyone. Second is that I'm probably going to need a lot of matter for this, since it's going to be more advanced. I'm going to be filming myself creating a completely from scratch crafting facility, and I'll have to use Buildcraft for a lot of that. So the crafting facility will pretty much be that I'm not entirely sure on the details yet, but I think it's going to be like I'll throw in, for instance, a block of diamond into my chest, pull the switch, it'll go through some sort of tube system, and when it goes through one of the retrievers or whatever it is, it'll sense it, send a redstone signal, and send the required items to make that item. Now, I think that will be a little mundane, except for when I have the automatic crafting parts, where, so for instance, I cannot craft these wooden conductive pipes without going through a lot of hassle normally. So, and I'm not able to use any sort of condenser or EE thing to make them. Rightfully so, but still could be bothersome. So what I'll have is I'll use the same system, but throw in, say, a wooden conductive pipe. It'll go through some sort of system to create the wooden pipes in a stack, and then send them with redstone. Create them, the conductive pipes with redstone. Anyways, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, so what I'll start by doing is crafting some alchemical items of power. I think I'm going to, yep, wrong place. Going to need the block of diamond and make some more diamonds. And let's start by creating our very first few pieces of dark matter. Now, if I'm correct, it's an eternalist fuel surrounding blocks of diamonds, and we got dark matter. There we go. Let's get that. And we won't need much of you. So I think the first item we'll craft is a dark matter pick. As you see, I have quite a bit of matter with me right now, since I was mining quite a bit from that gold mine. And I am still a little shocked that that happened. Anyways, I think I'll throw my diamond pickaxe in for recycling. And I'll let this percolate a bit. Okay. Now I think the next part I'm going to need to do is make a few logic tiles. And I'm going to need to craft some red power stuff. Maybe build a few prototypes of my creation for the sorting network. And get that stuff planned. So I'll be right back and get all of that finished. Okay, I think I have most of the logic components that I need. And some wires, and considering that this is going to be mainly a testing area, it won't need to be really fancy. So, okay, we're going to need to start by getting a design for the sorting part. Prototype, if you will. So, I'll have a chest right here that'll, when I pull it, it'll send all of the items through this particular tube. Now, there are two different ways that I can do this. I can either have the old-fashioned way of just having a bunch of filters going along the path of the tube and this going through the filters, or I can have it so that I have some sort of sorting machine. And I think the sorting machine would probably be the less intrusive one of the bunch. So let's see, a filter, and I'll need a bit of gold, red dope wafers, and a bunch of other stuff. So let's bring that back. Okay, there's a retriever and a sorter. So I'll have it so that it'll go to the sorter, which will be around here. And then the sorter, since it'll have a bunch of different colors, it could possibly, this should be the primary sorter. And then it'll send it to a bunch of different sorters. So say one here, and here, and here. And those sorters in turn will send them off to different areas of the facility. Now, for the facility, I'm probably going to want to have the sorting machine underground for the majority of the device. This will probably be the only above ground part, but I'll want to have an access area so that I'll be able to get down there. So, Should probably decide where I would want to have such a thing. Maybe even here. Though I'll probably need to fill down the caves in there, and this might be too close to my test site. So, I know that'd be a good idea. I can take this as my main energy source, remove the lasers from it, at least remove this part of it, so that it won't be connected to the lasers. And then I can send this off using gold tubes to a builder using a template that I already made, a blueprint actually. But to be able to use the blueprint, I'm going to have to find some dye, some lapis dye. Either lapis or I might be able to use those blue flowers. So if that works, I'm going to make a builder to build that blueprint. It's a nice fancy Japanese style of a building that I'll show you if I can. I'll go get an indigo flower. If it works out, I'll come back here and use a builder to build it over there or something. If not, I'll just go, that's nice, and get all the framework until I can do so. So I'll be right back and go on a search for the flower. I'll tell you that it is very, very boring class. And the exam wasn't exactly the most entertaining either. I managed to finish it quite quickly, but that's not why I'm talking about it. Pretty much, during the exam, there's this one person at the front of the area. Oh, look, lava. There's one person at the front of the area who talks about all the rules and regulations that are required for writing in an exam. Now, the person who was doing that today was talking in a very slow voice. Pretty much what he was doing for the entire thing was, okay, we are now entering exam conditions. Please stop talking to the people who are near you. Do not listen to the people who are near you. I would like to draw your attention to number 6 on the sheet. Please be advised that it was horrible. It was just absolutely mind-numbing. And he went on for 15 full minutes about the procedures that we were supposed to do. Granted, sure, I might not have known it if it was my first exam, and it's good that he says them and whatnot, but it's just very annoying when I have to listen to something that should only take about, 5 minutes max? Had to listen to it at a 3 times as slow spiel, which is very not fun. I've got another exam coming up, and thankfully it's not going to be in the main gymnasium, since that would just be a boring baff. I can't even talk about it, it's so infuriating. Anyways, next exam I'm gonna have is physics. So hopefully that's gonna go well. We're allowed to bring a double-sided 8.5 by 11 cheat sheet, which we can put as many of the formulas that you want onto it. Man, I hate planes. They're too plain. Now this cheat sheet, it has to be entirely handwritten. So if you have small handwriting, that's legible also. That's very good. Let's hope I can find my way back again. I got an indigo flower, but I don't have any, what am I doing? Oh, crack. Nope. I'm not in where I want to be. Don't want to be here. So I went through all of that for nothing. Oh well. So as you guys probably know, I'm currently in my exams right now. I just finished programming exam. It's mainly programming in C. And I can tell... Okay guys, I'm back. That was just completely crazy. What happened was that I had to make an... I didn't have any sort of Crossroads linking book on me at the time, so I had to make do with... And I had an Overworld linking book, and as you know, I cannot use Overworld linking books to get to... wait. I cannot use any Overworld linking books at all in the Overworld, so that's not very good. So let's see, did I get that blueprint recipe correct? And it's only lapis lazuli, and I don't have any lapis. Okay, let's go back to the oil well and start making an underground facility. Now to make an underground facility, I'm going to need a catalytic lens, which is a lot of dark matter, and a destruction catalyst, which is Mobius fuel, Nova catalyst. Nova catalyst is made of that, TNT. Okay, so I'm going to get working on that, and I'll make a huge cave to start building. I know you won't want to see that, and honestly, I don't want to see that, so let's see. I will make the cave right now, and blam! Sorry that this episode was so long. If you would like to continue to part 2 of this episode, please click the sign to my right.